You're watching First Up here on India Today. This is the biggest interview of the year, the interview of the person at the center of the explosive controversy that has dominated headlines this entire week. Lalit Modi has spoken to India Today's consulting editor Rajdeep Sardesai, who in fact went to Montenegro for the world exclusive. First, about the interview. It's a no-holds-barred conversation. No forms were signed. No conditions were set. It is as hardcore, as raw as journalism can actually get. We've had the interview on all morning. Now let us look at the stir it has created in India. But first, let us crunch this entire interview, the 1 hour long interview, into 7 key news points. The newsiest interview that we are getting you here on India Today. The 7 key news points that we have crunched for you. Lalit Modi's world exclusive news point number 1 is where he says, have not compromised Sushma Swaraj in any way. He claims that this was just a help that was extended, which was long overdue. News point number 2, Swarajas are old friends. They did not take money for legal assistance. Now that is the point that Lalit Modi actually makes through the course of this interview, that there was no financial transaction as far as legal aid that was provided by Mr. Swaraj as well as Bansuri Swaraj, daughter of Sushma Swaraj. Point number 3, Vasundhara is a witness in my bid for the UK citizenship. Now this is a huge point because you have Vasundhara Raje who says, I do not recall, being part of this particular bid, whereas he claims that he has a signed copy which has been produced in the court. Point number 4, Sharad Pawar, Rajiv Shukla all tried to help me but did not succeed. So he has dropped a lot of names. All these people have come out and denied ever helping him. Point number 5, witch hunt against me initiated by P. Chidambaram. He has taken that name in as many words, not the first time, but he has taken that name all over again, where he says that there is a witch hunt. News point number 6, the Enforcement Directorate has not presented any proof against me. That's what Lalit Modi is actually saying. And last but not the least, point number 7 goes on to attack the News Corp boss, Rupert Murdoch. He says he is behind the Sunday Times leak about Sushma Swaraj because of a Champions League deal. Let's quickly listen in to all these key points as well as the key highlights of that interview that we have been playing since morning. We have crunched it for your benefit. Take a listen.
My relationship with Mr. Swaraj has been an advocate of mine.
For how long?
For over 20 years. And Bansuri has been an advocate of mine for a long time.
So his daughter has been an advocate of yours for how long?
I think over 4 years now. So this family, legal, whatever you may call it, we are very close. The point is not that. I have never asked anybody. I'm very close to a lot of politicians. When Sushma Swaraj and Vasundhara Raje have names are coming out, they're coming out not for any other reason, because for the reason that if they have supported me, they have supported me as somebody who has gone through tremendous wrong by different people. And all I did, my wife was very sick, and I appealed to them and for their help to ensure that I was able to go and be with her.
So you are accepting that Vasundhara and Sushma at various stages have helped you out. You are admitting that.
I'm admitting to the fact, yes, I made the phone call to Sushma ji. The question is, who's the secret, who's this private office of the government of India?
Who is it?
I will tell you right now, it's Mr. P. Chidambaram. And
Mr. P. Chidambaram was the one person who was seeking to have you deported to India.
Because Mr. Chidambaram could not do so legally. He tried to arm twist. He tried
to deport you to India. He wanted to face the Indian courts.
He could not do it because there was no legal ground to do it. Mr. Chidambaram only tried to do it because he sat there as a minister. He sat there as minister because I took Mr. Shashi Tharoor out, and Mr. Shashi, and there it was a political vendetta, and only a political vendetta that tried to get it.
Have you at any stage paid for their visits to London?
Not even once.
Any member of the Swaraj family, their education? Have you paid any of that?
Nothing at all. I think this is...
What was this visit in October 2014 then? It was a purely... it
was Mrs. Swaraj, as foreign minister, visited London. And yes, as we said, we have a close... I wasn't there alone. She didn't meet me alone. She met me with, there was the Indian High Commissioner there. There were lots of other people there, prominent Indian friends of hers, and we were all there.
So you don't see any conflict of interest
Absolutely
in the fact that
not.
she goes out of her way to oblige you by writing
she
to...
obliged me, as rightfully so, as the Minister of Foreign Affairs. And why didn't you please to the other government? I did many times.
On humanitarian grounds?
On humanitarian grounds. I said my wife was also sick on 2012 and 2013. At that point in time, my wife was taken to Portugal by whom? By Vasundhara Raje. Okay, nobody knows that. I'm putting on record now. Okay, I could not go at that time, so she took it. She was very sick.
Your wife was taken to Portugal even in 2012 and 2013 by Vasundhara Raje
Yes.
for her cancer treatment.
Yes. My relationship with Vasundhara Raje goes back 30 years. That relationship is known to everybody. So there's no point speculating that. She's a close friend of the family and has been of my wife for a long period of time, since we've been married, and has been very close to us. It is known in media. She's been pictured with me everywhere, and it's been seen with my wife.
So she volunteered openly to be a witness for your residency, or you asked her to do so?
No, she openly agreed to be, but she unfortunately, by the time the thing went to trial, she was already chief minister, so she could not come for being a witness. So the statements she gave is on record in the courts.
The fact is that the Sunday Times the fact is that you have many charges pending against you in India. At the moment,
one second. Let's go to Sunday Times issue, okay? Why is the Sunday Times going after me? I'll tell you why.
Tell me.
Tell me why. And this is a bigger issue.
Tell me why.
Who owns the Sunday Times? Tell me.
Rupert Murdoch.
What is Rupert Murdoch and connection with IPL and BCCI?
Are you now bringing a BCCI IPL angle to you?
Without doubt. Because I'll tell you right now, I'll tell you the angle. I'll tell you the angle. The Champions League T20, which is a contract that I signed with the BCCI, which is a multi-billion-dollar contract, which has no exit clauses for 10 years. Right? Mr. Murdoch has personally asked me in the past to find a way to get out of those contracts. Mr. Murdoch had asked me many times, and Mr. Manu Sani, who was the CEO, if there's an exit. I said there is no exit. From now to the next 3 years, the payment on account of those contracts is in the region of $800 million. Now, why, when there is no exit clause and there is no documentation that allows that agreement to be cancelled, is all of a sudden being cancelled?
Sharad Pawar, Praful Patel all met you?
They meet me all the time.
They all met you? They all tried to help you?
No, Mr. Pawar, Mr. Praful Patel and Rajiv Shukla, I meet every time they're in London. And they are not hiding the fact. They don't hide the fact that they're meeting me.
You've had close relations with Sharad Pawar, whom you've also thanked in the note.
Yes.
With Praful Patel.
Yes.
With Rajiv Shukla.
Yes.
Did you at any stage seek their help in all these years or not?
Yes, I seek their help all the time, but they were helpless. They could not provide me any.
2009 and 13, when Rajiv Shukla, Sharad Pawar, Praful Patel were part of the UPA government, did you seek their help to get these travel documents?
Yes.
The same help that you sought from Sushma Swaraj, and what was their response?
They tried very hard.
You have refused to come to India.
Because of security issues.
That's your claim.
No, it is not my security.
One
second. This matter has been very well examined in the UK courts. Okay? Has been very well examined. When I'm talking about, unfortunately, the judgment of the UK court, I'm not able to disclose now. We have applied to the UK courts right now, and we are applying to the UK courts to make sure that we can give that judgment to you. I am gagged right now of talking of the contents of the UK judgment. The UK judgment very clearly has gone into my security issues. The government of UK has fought against it. I'm not perfectly cool and calm of somebody who doing an honest day's job, losing the job. Mr. Shashi Tharoor, who lost his job because he lied. He lied to the parliament, he lied to everybody that he had nothing to do with the Kochi team. And then what happened? Shashi Tharoor was proven to be guilty, he admitted in parliament, that's why he lost his job.
Now, through the course of the day, we are going to play this interview in full so that all our viewers who have not been able to catch Lalit Modi in conversation with India Today can actually do so. In the meanwhile, this particular interview has appeared all over the newspapers this morning. Let me quickly just take you through some of the newspapers that we sampled. The Hindustan Times actually says that ex-IPL chief drops names of biggies from all parties, which quotes India Today TV. It says Modi also told India Today channel that former union ministers Sharad Pawar, Prafull Patel, both from the NCP and Rajiv Shukla from the Congress had helped him get travel papers. So that is something which has been picked up by the Hindustan Times. If we move on to the Times of India, it puts this particular interview on front page where it says Murdoch leaked Sushma mails, says Lalit Modi. So that's an accusation that Lalit Modi had actually made. In fact, deep inside on page number 9, the Times of India also says very close to Sushma and her husband, ex-IPL boss. It also quotes in an exclusive interview to India Today channel from Montenegro. Modi admitted that he was very close to Sushma and her spouse Swaraj Kaushal and their daughter Bansuri. So that particular aspect picked up by the Times of India. If you look at the Indian Express also on the front page talks about this particular interview. It says Sushma Raje helped me, admits Lalit, blames UPA and Murdoch. It quotes the interview, the India Today TV interview right here on the very front page. So obviously there are a number of key talking points that have emerged from this particular interview. Remember, there are 2 explosive interviews. They've come in 2 batches. We'll be playing the second half, which we played in the morning also. We'll be playing it again, which has many of these names that have been quoted in the newspapers. That we have Smita Sharma joining us at this moment. We have Rohit Parihar joining us from Jaipur, because that is obviously going to become a very, very major center where developments are actually going to take place. Rohit, we have Mr. Madhugaur Yakshi from the Congress Party, as well as Shaina NC joining us from the Bharatiya Janata Party, who's also with us. A very good morning to all you ladies and gentlemen. Let me first come across to you, Shaina, because, first it was Sushma Swaraj in the news. Now there is a very, very clear indication that the present Rajasthan Chief Minister could also be in the dock. She's openly denying. But Mr. Lalit Modi is saying that her signatures are there on that residency papers where she was, as she signed as a witness. It's there with the courts. At this moment, it's her word against Mr. Modi's word. Shaina, I believe there's some problem with your audio connection. We'll come back to you in just a short moment from now. But Rohit, I want to come to you. Just take us through what really has been the political response that we have got from Rajasthan, because clearly the story now is developing in your state.
Yeah, see, we must remember that Lalit Modi always thought that he would be considered as a political victim the moment BJP comes to power. However, Vasundhara Raje, she admits that she has been close to Lalit Modi, but now her past is catching up with in this situation with her, because once she became the chief minister, she tried to keep Lalit Modi out of Rajasthan's political affairs or any other affair, because she considered Lalit Modi a liability. That is why even before assembly election, Lalit Modi had showed his annoyance with Vasundhara Raje by tweeting against her, Arun Jaitley, Bhupender Yadav and some of her aides at that point of time.